Listen up here. The restaurant industry is grueling and unpredictable, just like this show, from the front of the house to the back of the house and all in between. We will turn up the heat, you turn up the volume. I'm Chef Antonio Caruana. Welcome to the Tell All Podcast, The Burnt Hands Perspective.
This podcast contains explicit and potentially offensive material. You've been warned. Now buckle up, bitches. Let's go.
Listen up here. The restaurant industry is grueling and unpredictable, just like this show, from the front of the house to the back of the house and all in between. We will turn up the heat, you turn up the volume. I'm Chef Antonio Caruana. Welcome to the Tell All Podcast, The Burnt Hands Perspective. It's a Burnt Hands Perspective coming back at you from the sports desk. It looks like we're at a sports desk.
We're kind of, this would be like the kitchen desk.
The kitchen desk, right from the heat of the moment.
Breaking news, starting right now.
What do we call it? Food sport?
Food sport.
We're at the food sport desk.
This is kind of our new, it's a new vibe. It's a new year.
If anybody out there is looking for an announcement for your food sport goods, here we are.
Here we are.
Boom.
Ta-da. We have all the voices. So we're going to roll into a new topic today where we're going to go over kind of 5 things you need to know before you walk into an interview as a chef. So this is something for like kind of any aspiring cook out there, anybody that's looking to go into culinary school, whatever. How many chefs have you hired in your time at this
I don't
point?
know. How many? Good
Cooks,
question.
chefs,
everything. Positions, all positions, kitchen, hundreds.
Okay.
I won't say thousands, but I'll probably say hundreds.
Lean on you as the master of this conversation to give people what they need to know before they walk into that interview so they don't embarrass themselves.
Sounds good. Number one, don't be fucking late. Number one, don't be late. And what I mean by that is don't be on time because you're late. When you ever heard the saying, 5 minutes is too early? Or 5 minutes is late?
Well, on time is late.
5
minutes is on time, and like 15 minutes is early. Something like that.
Something like that.
It's one of the football coaches, right? Are we totally? It's a football coach.
It's something like
Somebody
that.
Said
Either way.
We'll look it up later.
Yes, I think Lombardi.
We didn't plan that.
I think Lombardi. I think you're right.
Okay.
I think Vince Lombardi said that.
I think it was that.
Someone correct us in the comments. Who said that?
Who said
I think it was Vince Lombardi. But
I think that was it.
Anyway, so here's the deal. Don't show up late. Be there early. Be there before ahead of time. Be there ready to fucking roll. That's number one rule if you want to get hired as a chef, especially if you're going for a position of managerial position, meaning a sous chef, chef de cuisine, executive chef, especially executive chef. You should be there well before your time to be there. 10, 15 minutes really is where you should be seen outside. And I wouldn't even go knock on their door yet. Just make yourself known.
Your presence.
Put your presence out there. Put yourself in visual. Make them wonder who's standing outside.
Well, that part of it, yeah. I mean, I think, and then, so that leads right into kind of the appearance when you're going into an interview. Because I know you've seen people that show up looking like total slobs or, so what should you wear when you're going to an interview for a cook or a chef?
Dress for the role.
Okay.
Dress for what it is you're trying to be. If you're trying to be a chef, you need to go there looking like a chef. Typically for me, when I went to chef interviews, I would have my chef pants, my clogs on, a shirt. Typically, I'd wear a kitchen shirt. And then I would have my regular shirt, my chef coat, either rolled up with my chef roll or on a hanger. Because I'm not going to wear my chef coat around. Don't walk in, you can, but you don't want to go into the same kitchen you were out walking around. That'd be like a surgeon coming out to get a Pepsi out of the Coke machine and going back into surgery.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So you don't want to have your chef coat that you're going to be wearing in the kitchen. So bring 2 chef coats. One that's rolled and clean and sanitized that you're going to bring into the kitchen if you have to work, and the other one you can wear into the interview. But always dress in the uniform you're going there for.
Okay.
Clean, nails clean, fingernails clean, face shaven, women hair up, bunned. You know what I mean? All that stuff.
How you would be in the kitchen.
How you would be in the kitchen.
Okay.
Right out of the gate. First impression is a motherfucker, and it's true.
Yeah, and you kind of went through this when we talked about people showing up looking slobbish or whatever. Would you frown upon anyone showing up if they were wearing like a dress shirt and khakis type outfit? Would that be appropriate as well?
That would be appropriate. If you're dressed up for that role and that's how you're coming, always bring your stuff with you. You're not going to be a manager. You're not going to be a secretary. You're not going to be a personal assistant. You're going to be a chef. Okay? So always bring your stuff with you. So if you're going to wear a button-up, khakis or whatever, that's great. But with you, you need to have your
jacket.
You need to have your jacket, your utensils. You need to be ready to go.
Well, let's talk about the utensils. So should you bring your knife roll to an interview?
Absolutely.
Why does that matter?
What if they tell you they want to start right now?
Gotcha.
No, I don't. What the hell are you here for? Most kitchen people don't want to hire somebody unless it's right now. The kitchen works in a different way. Yes, we want to pre-plan. Somebody gave their 2-week notice. We have 2 weeks to train. You have to give your 2 weeks.
You could start training literally.
If you want to start working right now, and I said to you, how would you feel about staging? Which means you're going to go in the kitchen, you're going to work a day or two and see how you like it. I'm going to watch and see if we like you. You're going to see if you like us. That's very typical in our profession.
Okay.
And it's typically not paid. It's voluntary, right? You just want to see if you want to do it? Let's do it. Let's see what you got. You know what I mean? Or you can go home and wait for my phone call for free too. Where do you want to be? You know what I mean? You can either come in here and show what you got, or you can go home and wait for the phone to ring.
So hence the reason. Show up in your full kitchen
Have
outfit.
your stuff. And that's the biggest thing. Let's go to number 2. If someone says to you, when can you start? You say right now.
Yeah.
If you can't, you say this. I can start in 2 weeks. I'm going to give loyalty and commitment to my other job, which is very admirable. Most people like that. Mm-hmm. However, I am prepared to go in your kitchen right now if that is what it takes. I will work when I can between now and when I quit or when that other job expires. So that's the biggest thing. If you're just going to go from your job now, okay, this is what I look at, right? Mm-hmm. You have 2 weeks. You know the chef life. You know the world. How bad do you want it? There's 5 other applicants coming in here right now. How bad do you want it? Now, if your resume looks amazing, but yet you're willing to just say, I'll see you in 2 weeks. Well, there might be someone with half the resume that says, I have a 2-week notice, but I have Tuesday off and Wednesday off next week's within those 2 weeks. I can be here then and there. Mm-hmm. I get off I have to be there at 4, but if I can come here for a lunch shift, I will, to get familiar with your staff. And that person's probably going to get hired.
Over you, that probably has the better resume.
So how bad do you want it?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I get that.
It's 2 weeks of your life. You have to go through the transition. You have to learn, you have to cook. How bad do you want it?
Yeah. Well, and most job interviews, you need to just show up for it. So the other thing we had was like understanding the numbers. So coming in, understanding salary expectations. Can you kind of set the tone of what people should expect for, each stage in the kitchen, like where they're going to be in
You should come into
a kitchen.
You should come into a job interview with some sort of knowledge of what the place is. And we'll get that to in a minute because I want that to be the next focal point.
Okay.
Is understanding that research. So you need to understand where it is what you think you're worth may not be what the place is willing to pay.
Okay.
So you got to understand that. So if you're going to a very high-end restaurant that has very little openings and there's a very popular chef there, executive place, where people understand the kitchen and the brigade, you have the right to ask for that type of money. If you're coming from that type of situation and going to be a line cook now at another place because you want to slow it down, you don't have the right at all to ask for that kind of money.
Yeah.
You have to understand where it is you're going and what it is the place can pay. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going into a place that the menu items are, it's a $30 check average, but you're asking for $30 an hour, you're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen because you'd have to sell one check goes to you every friggin' hour. That's not going to happen, right? But if you go to a place that has an $80 to $100 check average, that $30 an hour makes more sense.
It makes more sense.
So you need to have the skills and be able to be in a place where it actually works.
Got it. No, that makes sense. And I think for pay, like what people should expect, because obviously inflation, things are going up, the pay scales have changed, but where should people expect, like in ranges? Like
right now, depending where you are, if you want to go if you're coming in as a line position, if you're coming in at that place where you're just part of the kitchen brigade, meaning you're a saute grill, it all depends on the location, but you're going to go anywhere from $18 at the pantry level to coming in and learning that stuff, and it's going to go all the way up to $25 an hour, man. I mean, it depends on where you are, 25, 26, 27, depending on what you're doing.
Yeah.
The more value of the stuff you're responsible for, the more money that position is going to pay.
Well, let's also clarify that we're in Virginia. So again, New York City, LA.
It's kind of the same, believe it or not.
Is it that different? Or it
depends. Well, we're talking about.
I mean, there's a little bit for cost of living. Like you're going to get a little bit more.
A restaurant that's paying more than $25 to $30 an hour, now they're just putting you on salary, basically.
So
it's a lot of money to be paying by the hour because you're going to hit overtime and everything else, and the restaurant's going to drain. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So when you walk into a job, you need to understand what it is you're looking for, what you can actually accept, and then you have to put that out there to the person.
Okay.
If you're working at $18 an hour and you think you're worth 20, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But you need to go in there when they say, what do you think you're worth? I need to start at $20 an hour. That's where I would like to be.
So have a number in your head.
Have a number in your head.
But not an outrageous number. Like you have to, and if you have
It
no
can't be
experience.
outrageous. Well, it can't be outrageous. Like I said, do your research.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I mean, I definitely go into a job with a number in your head, but don't expect that person to just tell you, okay, I want $25 an hour. Okay. No one's going to pay that in the restaurant industry without having a substantial resume or you saying, I will do it right now, and you walking in there like a fucking boss. You know what I'm saying? If you want to own that number, you need to come in and own that number. Don't make a fool of yourself.
So be prepared. What
Be
you just talked
prepared.
about.
Right. So if you're going to go in there and say, I need $25 an hour. Oh, do you? Where's your chef coat? Where's your knife roll?
Are you ready to go right now?
All right,
I
can
need
you start
in the
right
damn
now?
kitchen.
No, why can't you? Okay, well then $25 an hour is a fucking joke. I will see you later. Now, if you walk in there all ready to rock and roll and you say $25 an hour, and I'm like, oh wow, okay. Are you ready to start right now? Absolutely. Fuck yeah. There's a good chance I might say, I'll see you at 26 an hour and let's talk in 6 months.
Yeah.
It just depends on where you are.
Yeah.
Right? So there's that. Now, next thing you need to know going into a job interview is you need to do research on the place you're going.
Yeah.
You have to understand where it is you're going to. So many times I ask people, do you know who I am as a chef?
And
I heard of you.
They haven't
You've
even
heard
looked
of
you
me.
up.
Well, you've heard of me. I've heard of everyone else too. I mean, you're going to go to a job. You're going to leave your job. Do you know what style of food we are? Have you looked at our reviews? Have you looked at our have you looked at anything? Have you looked at our write-ups? Have you checked out our awards? Have you seen anything about us? And if the answer is no, which happens a lot, you're probably not going to get hired here because you are just job hopping. You're just shooting in the dark, and we don't have room for that at our type of kitchen. We are a team that takes pride.
You're better off at a chain somewhere that's,
right.
like
You're better off at a place that doesn't really
corporate.
care. Right. You have to care about that stuff because you need to be part of a winning team. That's what we are. And I want that atmosphere around me. So when you're going to go to a job interview, do research on the place so you can ask them questions about them. That will impress them.
Yeah.
I notice your food is Italian and it doesn't seem like it's typical Italian American. That's impressive. I really want to be part of that. Oh, what'd you say about that $25 an hour? Now you're making us interested. Mm-hmm. You have to sell us, in a sense.
Well, let's lead into one of the tips with the questions you do want to be asked as the chef or the manager who's interviewing. So these are good because I don't think people prepare their own questions.
Here's a good fun
they
thing.
plan to be questioned.
2 minutes of do's and don'ts. Ready?
2 minutes of do's and don'ts.
2 minutes of
should I
do's
start
and
a
don'ts.
timer?
Oh no. Do walk into a place asking what positions are available, because the answer should be anything. I'll take it. Okay. Do walk in there. Don't walk in there saying, I don't do this, I don't do that.
No negative.
No negative. Don't walk in there saying, well, I don't do this and I don't do that.
I don't work Monday through Friday.
Right. Do say, I'm available whenever you need me. Don't say I'm available this day, but I got to bring my mom to the doctor for her checkups on this day, and then I got to do this on this day, and then Thursday I have to pick up my kid from preschool. Don't do that.
Okay.
Figure that out later.
Yep.
Do say, I can work whenever I'm available and whenever best fits, and hopefully I can fulfill your schedule. That's what you can say.
Okay.
You're not lying. You're not telling me shit. You're just saying, I can do my best to fulfill your schedule and we can work together and hopefully everything works out great. That's what I'm willing to do.
Okay.
Say something like that.
It's a good way to put it.
Okay. Don't walk into a place looking like a scrub. Walk into a place looking fucking great, on point, ready to rock and roll. Okay. Don't walk into the place not knowing what's on the menu, what type of food they cook, or what is going on there as an overall gig. Do walk in there with information and do say to them, I'm really impressed by your menu. I looked at it. Your ingredients are a little different from what I'm used to, so I will definitely look forward to reading them. Don't say, I don't know what any of these ingredients are. I've never cooked Italian in my life. Do say, I don't really understand a lot of the ingredients on there, which really impressed me, and I really can't wait to learn what they are. Do say that.
Okay, I like that. Reframe it. That's a good
right.
one. That was a good one.
Exactly. Don't walk in there talking about how you love alcohol and how much booze you love drinking and what whiskeys you drink, do walk in there and say, I noticed your alcohol and spirits match the quality of your menu, and I find that to be impressive. That means the front of the house and the back of the house are really working together, and that impresses me, and I want to be part of that team. Do say that. You're not going to impress everybody about how much liquor you have at your house. I promise you I have more.
Nobody
I got
cares.
more.
Nobody cares.
Right. And I don't care how much you say, oh, you drink this wine and that wine, I have a lot more. So what you have to say is how you're impressed by it. You're not going to impress me by saying you can get drunk too. I don't care. You see what I'm saying? That's the last thing you want to say. Right? What else you want to say, do and don't?
Okay, so do and don't. Let's see, some other fun ones that we had. Bad mouthing. Bad mouthing previous employers.
Yes, do not do that. Walk in and say, my last place didn't really work. I've kind of grew past it and we kind of grew apart. Do say that.
Yeah.
Do say it just wasn't, after being there a while, I want to explore more avenues and learn more things. Do say that.
Yep. That's a good one.
Don't say, fuck that guy, he's an asshole, that chef sucks. Be careful.
You guys,
Chef could be one of my best friends.
because even if you have a chef that they're bad mouthing that you don't like, you and that chef will come together to talk about that person as
Right.
a industry kind of loyalty over that person bad mouthing the person you don't like.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, of course. We have a standard, and each chef is going to. And you got to be careful because some chefs compete too, and they don't want that guy to go to you because they may have been good, but they didn't get along. So they don't want him to go to your restaurant either. So he may clap back with some bullshit. So be careful what you say about that chef, right?
Okay.
So if you're going to be bad mouthing other chefs or other kitchens or other restaurants, be careful because you don't know the relationship. It's a small world, it's a small community, and pretty much we're tight knit.
Yeah.
You know,
very tight.
So we know that we have to bounce people
Incestuous.
around.
Sometimes.
Well, sometimes.
Incestuous. It's a little crazy.
But sometimes, more than likely, a chef that's been here has been there, has been there, has been there. People only have so many places to go when you're at the top level.
Yep.
There's only so many places that they can go.
Yeah.
So be careful on what you talk shit about because you don't know the relationships outside of that.
And don't talk shit about yourself. Like saying you have all this experience, I can do this, I can do that. Because what, hour one, you're going to figure out what they can and can't
Right.
do.
That's one thing. Walk in there saying, do what, huh?
Another do.
Another do.
Got really excited about it.
Do walk in there saying, I'm very eager to learn.
Yeah.
I have a lot of experience with a lot of different things, but I know from that experience that I can just keep gaining more and I'm excited about it. Do say that.
That's a great way to put it.
Do put your resume down and leave it alone.
Yeah.
Answer questions. Don't say, you can do this, you can do that. I'm fast on saute. I can take care of this. I can do this. All this is a breeze to me. Don't say that.
You want to more stay humble.
Stay humble because that's insulting.
There's always something to learn. You're not the best.
Right.
You're not the top.
You may not be, but it doesn't matter. I'm not trying to hire someone better than me. I'm trying to hire someone who can make my position better. You see what I'm saying?
No,
if
that's
you're
good.
better than me at what we're doing, cool. That I may have had my break and you didn't, but we'll find that out in time. You know what I'm saying? But don't talk yourself out of that just by saying how much better than everything you are. You know, it's very hard to do that. So
Yeah.
definitely talk about your experience in a way that makes you want to have more of it. Yeah, don't destroy your moment by trying to oversell your experience. This is a whole new experience. No matter what experience you have, I can cook my ass off, but I'm going to walk into someone's kitchen and I'm not going to know the recipes. I'm still going to have to go through all their procedure. I'm still going to have to go through how they break down their meats, how they label their stuff, how they first in, first out things, how they organize their walk-in, how they season their pans. Everybody has their own little touch, right? Everybody has to go through it. No matter how good you are, you still have to gain their experience. Bingo.
Bingo. But you also want them to follow your standards. So you have to be able to adapt. You can't
Yeah, right.
be set in your ways either.
Exactly. So that's why how much experience you have is only cool. Is any of that experience say, I can adapt?
I can do what you need me to
That's
do
what
in
we
your
want.
kitchen.
So make sure you
Okay.
can adapt. Sell yourself as an adapter.
Let's talk about back to the kind of who you hire for your kitchen. Because, I mean, it's usually like the island of misfit toys kind of happens in the
Sure.
kitchens. But how much as a chef owner, when you're interviewing people, do you go and does their social media or how they present themselves online? How does that matter to you when you're hiring?
You have to look, I have to look, you don't have to do shit. I have to look at, you have a team, you have a unit, you have cohesiveness. You kind of have to make sure who you're bringing in is in that type of environment or
team.
at least fits in the team. If you have a kitchen full of sports people who are going to be talking sports all the time, and they have been for years, or listening to one style of music, and then you bring in someone totally different who likes to crochet. It's going to be hard to bring that person in because there's always going to be hurt feelings. There's going to be something, and you don't want someone to leave because of somebody else.
Yeah.
Because it costs money, it costs time. So now that the picking pool has gotten smaller, it's really hard to do that. So.
But you still try. There's a little cyber stalking. I mean, we have that.
If you get a resume from somebody, right, and you're interested in hiring them, and you don't simply go to the most convenient, simple way of looking into something, looking on their social media, you're doing yourself an injustice. You're not doing yourself the right thing.
Yeah.
As far as you know, who knows what they're posting, they're doing, who knows?
Well, they're also representing your business.
Right, or you can learn some really cool shit about them. Meaning, wow, look at they cook. Wow, they really have awards. Look at this guy. Da, 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 da. Yeah. So it can work both ways. So definitely be ready for that. When you're going into a job position, please understand that you've already been looked at. You've already been stalked. The managers have already all checked you out. We already did our looking and research before we called you because you seem to have fit just by a profile.
Make sure your OnlyFans is turned off.
Turn that shit off, man. Yeah, man. OnlyPans. You can put that on.
It would be, instead of Only
Chef
Chefs,
Network.
Only Chefs, it would be OnlyPans.
OnlyPans. Yeah.
That's your outside money.
Sold.
Like pans and feet pics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put your foot in a pan.
I'm sure somebody would pay for that.
Pandemonium.
Oh my gosh.
So definitely make sure you understand that when you're going to a job interview, make sure that you probably already looked at or you're going to be. So clean up your Facebook and your Instagram and your TikTok and your Snapchat and whatever the fuck else you got out there.
Yeah. We're gonna stalk you. It's totally fine. It's everybody's job. So those are all really good tips. So for anybody that's coming out of school, where are you seeing, I guess, the most as new hires right now? Is it people who've been in the industry a certain amount of time, or are you still getting people coming out of cooking schools?
Cooking schools is on a big rise now because there's a lot more cooking schools out there. 10 years ago, I would have told you I don't like people from cooking school because of this, that, and the other. Now it's totally different. Now there's such a lack of commitment in everything. I look at chef school as your first commitment.
Because they had to actually be there every day.
So you chose to go to school. You had to pay for it. You had to choose to go to it. You had to study. You had to learn. You had to take tests. So there already is a 2-year at this level of getting this type of degree at the starting level is a 2-year commitment.
At least.
You've already committed to something. Okay? Whereas somebody who didn't go to school now, because the resumes are different, I don't see much commitment. I see job hopping, this, that.
Every 3 months, 6 months, whatever.
Yeah, right. And so but if you, at least school now to me shows that you have the first things you need to know. A lot of people aren't learning now, and that's simple food handling procedure. At least you understand what temperatures are and know how to sanitize your damn cutting boards. At least you're learning that. And I can prove that because you at least went to school. Now, a lot of people who don't go to school, it's opposite. 10 years ago, experience meant everything. Now with the methods we have, the laws we have, the money it takes, the methods of cooking, the techniques, you almost have to learn it from somewhere. And I can't really guarantee you did just because you worked at 20 different places. You could have cooked chicken wings 20 different places, 20 different ways.
And not had to have any other responsibility.
Right. So accountability, a lot more people are coming out of school. I'm doing a lot more intern, extern stuff.
Okay.
Because I like to deal with them because these people are making a commitment that we didn't have to make 10, 20 years ago. It wasn't as accessible. We could just get in the kitchen and go.
And you also tap into a pool of people that way, too, that are already in, or willing to be in the industry, and hopefully they like your place enough to come back.
Right. And if they stage or if they work with you there and they do a little intern with you, they may want to continue on with you, or at least they'll carry you on later on in life.
Okay,
and then you stay into the chef world.
Final little, because that just spurred me, for people who are in school, should they be seeking internship opportunities?
You have to anyway, yes.
Yeah,
so it's part of the program.
Would they be able to do that with you? Like you do
Absolutely,
that at your
yes,
restaurant?
you do. So I do, as long as they understand that they're starting at the bottom. When you're coming in from school, you're literally getting a feel and taste of what the restaurant world is. You're not going to go in there from your school and start being right on the line, chefing and garnishing and all that stuff. You're going to be on mise en place. You're going to be starting at the prep level. You'll be doing some garmager. You'll be doing cold salads, and you'll be doing things like that to get yourself ready to get into the flow of ticket times, production times, and pacing yourself more so than you are the technical stuff. That comes years later.
So yeah, it's a long haul. You plan for the long term.
It's a long haul. So when you're on the line for 20 years, then you can start questioning why you're not doing that yet. But if you're in there for a year, if you're coming out of school and you want to go right from that to running the expo and doing garnishes and finishing the plate off, it's not happening. Not happening.
Not happening.
Not today.
Not today, son. All right. These are all really good tips. So I think that anybody that is coming into, these kind of positions need to know these things from someone who's not bullshitting them, or even an instructor who's saying, go in and shake hands, like very robotic. Like it's, be yourself, look good, all the things, and check the boxes. So I think we could open it up if anybody else has questions about this or anything you've experienced in a job interview. They can pop it below. You'll answer those.
Yeah, of course I will. I love answering questions. So, and the other thing I could say is this. A lot of people don't do this. They don't, even chefs today, they don't take advantage of what's out there and what has been out there, and it's time they start doing that because our community needs to form bigger. So people who are coming into the industry, the ACF, the American Culinary Foundation, all these things are a factual thing. They work. And if you want to go be a chef, hang out with chefs. Mingle with chefs, go to chef events, go to food shows, go to wine tastings, go to these things where restaurant people are. And if you go to work and you slap the pans around and you go, fuck that, I've been cooking all day, you're always going to be a cook. If you're going to be a chef or you want to be a chef and you want to go get a job as a chef, involve yourself in the network outside of work. It's a great community, it's a great network, and that's where you're going to grow. You have to fucking network. You know what I'm saying? There are farm-to-table farms out there. There are people out there that have food meets, food shows. If there's a food truck rally going on, go there.
Roundup.
Go over there and say hello. Introduce yourself to people.
Yeah.
You're going to need these people someday.
Yep.
It's a small world. Get involved with it. Get into it. And that's how you're going to succeed in the chef world. The more you put yourself out there, if there's a seafood festival, go there. If there's something in your town, in your area that has to do with food at all, go there. Introduce yourself. You're going to be surprised how many times you go to these things and you're going to be saying hello to the same people. Then one day you're going to need that person or that person's going to need you. Now your services become, you're sought after.
Commodity.
There you go.
Again, big words.
Big words, man. This cooking stuff.
Cooking, commodity.
But yeah, those are some tips for you. If you want to become a chef, those are 5 or 6 or 7 tips for you to do what you got to do to go to a job interview when you want to get hired as a chef. Show up, mean business, act like you know. Fucking act like you know.
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
Like you actually want a career in this, not just a job. It's a career, not a job.
That's it. That's it. Any more tips or anything? Hey, if you want to say something or if you want to correct anything, put it down below.
Let's just
Lights are out.
Ciao
Scene cut. Ciao for now.